Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Kuni. So we could try it certainly to just try and push the story forward, but we've unlocked enough of these new uh quests because we've unlocked confidence, I think more than anything. So we need to go back to Ding Dong Dell and in Mamuni and just in every city find some more people, turn in some more quests, see if that really can work for us. As far as getting more quests done to get some rewards. This also will give us a brief moment to get a few more pieces of gold and a few more potential um, upgrades in armor and items. There is something very weird about just the amount of content that must exist. Uh, and at this point, mm, I'm really thinking that like I'm not going to read a lot of this dialogue. I'm going to just try and rush through this, and inherently, this kind of just does prove that there's going to be a failure point. Um, as far as me trying to play JRPGs, if halfway through these extremely long games, uh, I lose interest in your average NPC characters' conversation and dialogue. Uh, Certainly, there is an argument to be made for your average Western gamer that doesn't have the attention span and just has not been trained to have an attention span. Oh, this is like a whole new character. Uh, so like there could be a lot of stuff that there could be a lot of content and dialogue that a player like me just won't ever read or see. And this is the problem with visual novels, certainly too, is that if you get into a visual novel, you really have to commit to reading all of it. Otherwise, it's going to just be a huge waste of time. We need um, three full merit cards, and that's going to be kind of hard to do. Hmm. So I guess this one probably needs kindness. The way this all works is kind of ridiculous. I guess I don't have any kindness. Um, all I have is restraint and belief. So we kind of just need to fly around to the next area. But yeah, the fact that you have to go to a person to really start the quest, and then for a lot of players, there's a lot of expectation to that the quest is going to go even further. We're still looking for this third pigeon for this character. I don't know if maybe this is a case where I need to just sneak up on these pigeons. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you can sneak up on them. See what this guy wants. Hmm. No, it's someone inside. Alright. It's the painter guy. Hmm. Hmm. This guy needs some confidence. If I was to, say, seek fortune, that doesn't do anything. And I would question whether I could levitate in this area. And this quest is just not going to help us. Go and find one more pigeon. It's got to be that there's just some area that I have not seen. Some corner or something. Getting 20 guilders was a total waste of time. So yeah, I'm just trying to carefully look in every corner. One of these people has the stuff. I guess it's this guy. So we'll take some confidence from this guy. And absolutely, if this was all voice acted, I would just have to hear it. It would be forced upon my ears, and more is the better for that, instead of me having to read it out loud or read it myself. The idea, though, that there would be a bird and a pigeon that would be this hard to find is kind of ridiculous. Let's see. Let's just see if we can cast levitate. Nope, you can't even use it in this area. I could probably buy some more food from the people. Some more tiki mahalas. Hmm. 200 to restore. 150. It's probably not even worth buying. It's not an ingredient either. So you'd almost expect that you would have found another chef that cooked something stronger by this point. Alright, looking upward. The odds of something being upward seems to be close to 0. I can't help but wonder if the game is just straight up glitched. And there is supposed to be a pigeon group somewhere, and oh no, here it is. Well, I almost certainly would have never found that. So we finally finished that quest. And I don't think that there's anything really worth buying. I think the prices are the same too. Like, but they might not be. They might be more expensive here. It would be a little unfair, I suppose, if the game did have the set shop prices get cheaper and cheaper as you get further and further in the game, but It, I wouldn't be surprised if it does that. We finally get this quest done. And we'll go ahead and give this guy confidence, and then I think we have to jump to the next area with the ability to just teleport yourself there. This saves a lot of time, but it also is eliminating opportunities for grinding. So if the game really did want you to grind and level up all of your creatures, then they wouldn't or shouldn't have given you the ability to skip and magically travel from area to area. Let's see. Quests. Where would the quest shop be? I think it's here. I guess I just really want to see if there's any new things. Tahiti seems to be rather place to go. Skull Mountain. Shipwreck Shore. The other thing certainly is bounties. Like halfway up Old Smoky. Summerlands. Autumna. Billy Goat's Bluff. Summerlands. So clearly if I'm going to do all these bounty hunts, I need to do something. Go to the Summerlands. Right, let's see. Travel. Let's go to the ferry ground because I'm not sure if there is a quest in Castaway Cove. Actually, let's go to Castaway Cove. It would only make sense just to go through each area. It is incredibly backwards also to have a spell that teleports you places and then have a dragon that flies you to places come about. You would almost certainly want to go the other direction. And I kind of wonder if maybe I need to talk to everybody. That is a thought, certainly, is if I talk to every single person here, maybe one of them would give me some new alchemy thing that I could use. And that might explain the lack of alchemy things anyways. Give heart. Yeah, of belief. But that would certainly be annoying, and that does create a weird catch-22 where you would potentially always feel this pressure to go and talk to every character multiple times. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's anything else to do in this area. That was just like one quest that was a straggler quest. Let's see. We need kindness. We didn't find any. We need to go to Tahiti to start a quest. We need courage. Then we need to defeat some pirates. Skull Mountain. Skull Mountain. And then we should probably just go to Skull Mountain. Right, following formulas, we can make a jumbo star drop if we have star crystals, which I don't know where you get star crystals from. It really does feel like it's a resource that we just haven't gotten yet. So, travel to Skull Mountain. And since you're magically traveling, I guess the idea here is you're going to change back into your clothes in the transition magically. Really was no reason to have that extra costume. The whole concept of extra costumes at this point has Gus Plume. Okay, so to get a Gus Plume, you basically have to fight people in the sea in this area, so I'm gonna have to use the boat anyways. Yeah, we probably are not gonna get any new costumes. I wouldn't be surprised if we let's see. This is an interesting quest because it's going to have us go back to Motorville. Alright, well, let's do that then. This is the first time the game has ever had us go back to Motorville as just a side quest. Action. So here we are going to have to run. And it's going to be very slow. And jumping does nothing. The fact that you can jump is ridiculous. Like, there's almost certainly a version of this game in which there would have been some platforming in which you have had jumped from point A to point B. I guess this does explain why we can go back into this area now. And so this guy's just going to fix this for free. No questions asked. We'll just gateway right back out of Motorville. Take note how these side quests are nothing more than distractions. They don't lead like a breadcrumb to new areas and new content. Like, almost certainly, getting a piece fixed should have led me to a cave, and in that cave I should have found some more people and some monsters to grind on. We are getting an alchemy item pretty much every time now, too. They definitely want us to be able to craft these jumbos and start evolving things. We also have a piece of armor. Let's see if we can find somebody that would wear armor. Well, shinbone armor plus 10. Defense is not as good. Is that the armor? Yeah, whatever armor I just got. Guess we could look in the inventory to figure it out. 70 MP versus 10 MP for a cappuccino. Yeah, we just got this, the Stout Armor, which reduces your accuracy by 22 and reduces your evasion, but gives you 56 defense. I guess the question, though, is who could wear that? It's not a shield item. It's not an accessory item. I may very well just not have any character that can wear armor. I have characters that can wear robes. Or maybe there's something special about Stout Armor in particular that makes it not something you can wear. Yeah, I've gone over all of these. There's not a single person that can wear this. So unless it was something I could wear. Which that doesn't seem like that's the case. I just was rewarded with an item that's useless to me. We should get into a random fight and do a little bit of grinding here anyways, but we've changed all the stats and all the equipment enough that we should see just what an average random person's amount of damage will do. Doing about 50 damage still, which is not a lot. We've got some other guys that seem to be doing a decent amount of damage. And now we will collect any of the dropped orbs at the end of each fight, which also will put me in a good position as far as not losing that much health. But it does look like I went from, I'm assuming I had max health before, and it does feel like now I took 30 damage in that fight, which it's not terrible. And I guess you probably should always do all out defense. So yeah, it feels like I'm getting just like 10 damage now, which is still a lot. Nope. Hmm. 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 So we still are struggling, and I don't really know a good reason why I'm still struggling. It really is just that they've created a kind of unique way to play this game. And if you don't play the way they want you to play, you will always suffer for it. What is this turtle? This doesn't feel like this is just a... This is a bounty, I guess. Hmm. Alright. Spell. Let's see, what do we think? Fire? Nope, nothing there. Pulse? Nothing there, really. Hmm. What I question what the tactics are right now. Light. 67 seems to be about the best. Like, do what you like, keep us healthy. Do what you like, attack leading target. That's probably the best move. Hmm. Hmm. I imagine what the case is here is that this guy is... This guy is probably really high defense. And so we should just keep on trying. Like, because I don't really know what else to really do. He seems to be weak to something, but I have no idea what that is. It looks like we'll win here, so we'll just take that victory and go with it. And we can't capture the bounty characters, so you don't have to worry about that. Hmm. Hmm. There probably are other bounties all around. Let's see. There's really no way to zoom in here, is there? Okay, somewhere over here is a stone, and is something else that I think people are looking for. Fog drop. Let's heal, and then... Is this guy gonna attack? Not yet. Items. Cappuccino. Like, it would be really nice if you could, outside of the game, just rest. Because that's what would be very helpful. And I guess you can do that, and the food doesn't really matter too much. But coffee is expensive. So yeah, this is just another bounty hunt. Alright, we'll again try to do spells. And then we'll try and get a general idea of what does a lot of damage. 65 for that spell. Remember though that that spell is kind of expensive. 44 for that spell. I think we'll probably stick with Arrow of Light. Unless there's some other spell. Reduces agility. He looks like a plant monster, so fire probably is a good move. Yeah, let's stick with Fireball. He does seem to be getting burnt by that. But if anything, I think this probably highlights that there is not really a system here where if they're weak to fire, you're going to have a fire spell that is so much better. Iced coffee, strong coffee. Like, what you would want to see is that the Fireball has a Fireball version 2, or that there's some other element to it. You could use more mana to do twice as much damage, or just all upgrades in cost and damage as you level up, or just upgrades in damage without upgrading in cost as you level up. Like Oliver, particularly as a wizard, leveling up means basically nothing. It seems like it barely is increasing his defense or attack or HP. We've got this new wand and it's not really doing anything. Maybe once we get one of the stones it will get a massive increase. This is taking a long time. And we're going to go back to have to use provisions. Unless I guess I had a fire character that I could use. Do I have a fire character that we can use? He's like he summoned some other character too that they're fighting. It seems. No, there's only one of them. It's just taking forever. If they had made this game with slightly fewer characters, where each character is practically a boss, and there was a special gimmick to defeat that boss, and that boss was like the only time you really saw them, that probably would work better. Like that's not reusing your art assets very well, certainly, but if it was always there was some kind of puzzle for a solution, and that was it, it would work better than this system where it is really just chaos, or it definitely feels like it's just chaos of trying to balance 5 different systems on top of each other. Let's see what this rise and shine is go here. Tricks. Wake somebody up from sleep. If we've got things with tricks that get tricks at like level 58, then we kind of do know that this guy, yeah, level 63. So you do want to evolve them fairly quickly if you can evolve them fairly quickly. And that's the big if. Yeah, and these stones must have nothing to do with our current quest because they're not getting translated. Nobody else around here wants to fight me. I'm oddly struggling to find the right path to get down here. There's another jade marble. All I can do is run away. Yeah, and attacking these guys is not the right move. If I am going to attack them with anything, I should be attacking them with the familiars. It does kind of feel like some of these familiars' attack speeds could get high enough, particularly if they're just getting dogpiled on by 3 monsters, to the point where you could stun lock an enemy and just hit them and then hit them again before they can get out of that stun lock, and then hit them again before they can get out of that stun lock and kill them without them even having an opportunity to attack. Yeah. I don't think I could have worked my way around that. There's a kind of great example there also of unnecessary pop-up. Like you really don't need it to tell me that that I can't land there. You can just make the annoying sound. So I think what we're doing is we're looking for these. And we'll see how this plays out. Thunderstorm. Casting a pretty big attack. I should be dead at this point. Yep. That was... Yep. These tidy tears don't work. They should happen a lot more, and they should happen faster. Is this guy just too slow? Like he hits hard, this character. But you can't do the mug shot while you're controlling Swain like that if nobody else is on the field. And that worked terribly. Which one is to all allies? No, it doesn't matter. Just do this, 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 and this. We'll just eat a bunch of sandwiches. And let's double check our journal just to make sure we know what quests, that we understand the quest we're doing. Tahiti, we haven't started. Store courage. Drive away 4 pirate ships. This is the route between Hamlin and Castaway Cove. Let's see. Occasionally dropped by beachheads. A gust plume. That's what we're looking for. So we just have to hope that these are beachheads. There's a beachhead. Okay. So. I'm about to die again. So hopefully that gives us the gust plume. No, it didn't. So should we have done a mug shot instead? We really haven't been over in this region. And this isn't a beachhead, so could we do something more? Hmm. 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 So I get like a sun drop from doing a mug shot on the guy. Man, he really needs to. I wish there was a tactic that just said always do that. Hmm. Hmm. Poison the guy. Swain's potential distance attacking should make this fairly easy to do, but kind of doesn't. Let's see if the mugshot. Yeah, mugshot works on each of these characters, so you could do a mugshot on one of every of the group of 3 characters. He's got nothing though at this point. We haven't saved, so we have to continue. And we lose 1,000 gold because of it. 1,000 gold for health refill. fountainhead is not a beachhead. Hmm. Hmm. That kind of worked fairly nicely. Hmm. Let's see. I want to attack the other guy, so how do I make sure? Hmm. 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 Uh, but is this really the kind of grinding that the game would want you to have to do? Right. Let's try a different character. And then let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think that is probably the right character for these guys. Hmm. 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 You know, it just switched to Swain. I kind of wish Swain was your default character to play as always. Hmm. 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 Yeah. The game effectively changes if you play as Swain and just let the other characters really do most of the work. Hmm. 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 I got interrupted in my doing the mugshot. Hmm. 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 This is kind of a great example where I think a JRPG in a mobile game, if done right, not uh, could be helpful. Let's stop fighting things around this mountain and instead just look at this mountainous area. Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like there's any way to land the boat on either island on the left. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think we're getting fountainheads the further away we get from this, and then we get beachheads. Okay. I want to play, guess is this, and then I want to quickly switch over to this. I want to do all out defense. I want to play a Swain, but then I want to do mugshot on the beachhead. Hmm. And it didn't steal anything. So I wonder if we need to be a little bit closer, or if you just can't do it. Poison be gone. So I wonder if you could just keep on mugshotting this guy while the rest of the team is working on fighting everybody else. course, as I'm constantly trying to mugshot this beachhead, it doesn't feel like the other team is accomplishing anything. I, hmm, hmm, hmm. I think that's everybody. Of course, they said that the beachhead wasn't carrying anything, so hmm, we had already failed. Let's see. Hmm. It's fairly obvious that you should be able to level up a little more often if you were going to take this much damage, but in reality, that's not the problem. The real problem is the lack of defense. Like, there obviously should be a lot more defense happening. Uh, uh, and we should be taking like 1 or 2 damage when we get hit in an average fight. We shouldn't be taking 10, 20 damage. You could give us more life and accomplish the same ratios, but hmm, I hmm, I'm just gonna keep on trying mugshot. Hmm. Thunder Spark Gem. Hmm. But yeah, if you were gonna make a mobile game version of this game, you would get rid of all the interaction during these fight sequences for the most part. Um, there would be maybe a tap skill or a slide skill where you tap on a button to attack or slide your fingers in the right timing to attack in a mobile game, but you wouldn't have the X button, the Y button, the A button, the B button, timing, the left stick to move around and avoid damage. Incredibly large amounts of different attacks and different uh, tactics you can have your companions doing. Hmm. She learned chant. Interesting. Let's go here. Her abilities. Hmm. Guess maybe if you could move the character, the battle lineup, you might play as Swain. And it doesn't seem like the characters are limited in the number of attacks, so she just has chant. Then why does she just not use any of these things? That's the real question. If you were gonna move somebody, you would press X to switch. Yeah, and it's not letting you do that. So it does start you with Oliver, no matter what. And the game is just more than happy to have me waste time grinding like this. Hmm. 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 It may be that my trick shot is actually hurting the chances of the beachhead having the item I'm looking for. Suppose that is a possibility. Hmm. 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 I have to say, as a Westerner, 36 hours into this game, which is about as long as I've been playing, I really don't see why the Japanese enjoy this kind of mindless monotony uh, anywhere as much as it they seem to. Um, it seems kind of ridiculous, and maybe there's just so much mindless monotony in Japanese education system as they grow up doing. Um, Interesting. It has a red border around it. Hmm. Hmm. But yeah, I don't get why they want this level. Like, particularly when you see them do a dragon fight, a boss fight, those are always attempting to be big and epic and really challenging, um, and unique. So why water down the boss fights so much with the grindiness? I guess at this point I'm just going to try and see if we can fight without doing the mugshot. We've been doing the mugshot concept and it hasn't worked. Hmm. 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 Inherently, though, the problem is if you're going to make a mobile game and you're going to try to make profit off that mobile game, a cell phone game, it's going to be probably some kind of free to play game with microtransactions that you're going to want to keep the players playing for years and years and years. Um, Whereas if you were going to look more towards the idea of mobile games being either a uh, one-time amount of sales to buy the game, which is not really how cell phone games really work. Uh, but if you were to make a game like that, and it would be a side story, an expansion to a AAA console PC game, um, then, well, P's dead. Um, you would kind of just want an experience. This is interesting. All of a sudden, Esther can serenade people in the middle of the fight. It didn't feel like that was the case before. Hmm. 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 Yeah. So I don't know if I'm making sense or saying anything that could possibly make sense as I keep getting distracted here, but what I'm trying to say is that in a mobile game, even then, I wouldn't want it to be super grindy like this and have us do fight after fight after fight. I'd want you'd almost want the game to go in such a way that there's one possible boss, uh, uh, like what one possible boss fight each day, and that would be it. Like it would just be a strong, difficult boss fight that maybe takes somebody several hours to defeat the boss, but the grindy element shouldn't be required. Maybe it should be allowed. Like obviously there is some percentage of players that do enjoy the monotony of grinding. Hmm. Uh, but even the one mobile game I do play, it gives me 300 to 400 stamina a day, and at that it takes several hours to use up all that stamina. Um, but it also plays itself, so I don't have to baby it too much. I can just say go, just go in full automated mode. If this game on console even had a full automated mode, that would change things a lot. Like if I could simply start this fight, put the controller down, rest my fingers and watch, or occasionally press a button. I'm really having no luck here. So I think we'll have to give it one more chance and one more try, and then let's just move on to the rest of the stuff we were trying to do. Hmm. 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 Well, there goes Esther. Esther's attempt at serenading. Hmm. I think the bulkhead just ran away. I shouldn't play with just this guy though. Hmm. 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 All right. Let's find the land mass we can land on. Hmm. It would probably have been better if they had introduced docks. Hmm. Eh, we'll try it again. I hate to end on failure. One thing that does need to happen is I need to change. Uh, I need to like change the lineup. Swain should be putting Scully out by default always. Hmm. And even at this, I'm about to die. I should have saved. Hmm. And so just another 1,000 guilders down the drain. And you're really never going to recover those guilders. Right. So the lineup should be switch this guy with this guy. Switch this one with this one. And honestly, it still probably is pretty good to leave this here. Wow. That guy managed to do a very sharp turn while I was in the menu. Alright. And I don't think I could have cast travel from the boat. Otherwise, I would have just done that. Halfway up Old Smoky is something. So we'll go do that. While we're at it, let's save. You can even see that they are only monitoring Oliver's level. Like, so why would this guy decide to attack when, like, this is going to be major damage? Is it going to be like one-hit kills in this area? And that brings out an interesting question. Should we metamorphose this while we're still working towards leveling up? Probably. I don't think there's a great reason. So we want more magical attack or more physical attack. I think you'll go with magical attack. I think we'll just go with the top one for everything. Just equip that. And we know where we're going, which is way up here. It's questionable whether I've gotten all the treasures in this area, but it is also very possible that there's a like smoky a magical chest I still can't open. That's yep. It's just yet another environment that it's kind of visually appealing for half a second, and then they don't really do anything with it, and then we are completely have no reason to remember that it even exists after we leave the area. It really does feel like some characters simply are just aggressive and will attack regardless of how strong you are. And they're effectively just wasting your time because they're so weak. You're not going to recover the 2,000 gold I've lost dying on the more difficult characters. Yeah, there definitely are some RPGs that when you attack something lower level, it stops giving you any XP at all. I saw that in um, Fallout 3, for instance. You would just eventually stop getting any XP at all for killing low level creatures. Honestly, you probably should go the other direction in RPGs, because if you're actively seeking out areas where you have level 1 rats running around and you're a level 100 killing those rats, that probably means you're struggling somewhere else to defeat a level 120 monster. And so, like, grinding out that way um, would probably be useful. So if you were level 1 and you fought a level 1 rat, you would assume you'd get like 1 XP just to keep the numbers simple. But if you were level 100 and you killed a level 1 rat, you probably should get, oh, I would say probably 100 XP at that point. Just multiply it by your level, the amount of XP. Um, because you're going to have that natural intent of the player to not want to play an entire 60 hours fighting rats anyways. So as you played through an area full of rats and you were getting 1 XP for killing them, then you get 2 XP when you level up to level 2, then you get 3 XP. Eventually, by the time you're at level 5 or so, you probably don't want to see any more rats or fight them. So, Magma Dame. Clearly, these bounty hunt characters are also unique characters that they ball of fire damage. Probably not going to be very effective. Physical damage will work. Hmm. 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 So I wonder if maybe these bounty hunt characters will show up later. Hmm. Hmm. As generic characters. Hmm. Ideally, I think this is where the Monster Hunter series probably succeeds a little bit better, because I think in the Monster Hunter series you are very much focusing in on very powerful single monsters and not grinding up to um, try and level up to fight the monsters with smaller creatures. Okay. Let's see. Now, if we look here. Tahini has a quest that's new. We need some courage, which means we need to find another city. Didn't find that Gus Plume. Didn't destroy the 4 pirate ships. Forest Dwellers. Shipwreck Shore. I don't even know what Shipwreck Shore is. And then the rest of these Summerlands. Smoky Mountains. In the Summerlands. What's weird here is I just don't know what the Summerlands are. I'll cast Vacate to leave the area, and then we'll cast Travel. This is Smoky Mountains. Oh, that's where we are. See, this area here could have been Autumn now. And the middle areas could be Summerlands. Yeah. You almost have to assume that that's what's the case. There's no labels on the map. All right. Let's go to Castaway Cove. And then see if we can pull up the map. This is the Bayous West. Hey, there is something over there, isn't there? Can we cast Travel again? We're slowly using our spell magic power, but it's not a big deal if we're only using one. If anything, it's kind of strange that that seems so incredibly generous with letting you fast travel all over the place, and yet the amount of damage you take seems rather ungenerous. I assume this is the guy. A fire ogre. Let's see. Alright, physical damage. Smash hit for more physical damage. That'll be the end of that. This guy's a little strong, but I think we can pull this off. Just throw everything out. Like, he keeps backing up. And then the game is going to just straight up not let me continue to play until I pick a new character. Okay, another bounty complete. No HP. We should just fast travel to a city. I want to look at the map though. It says we're still in the Smoky Mountains. I think there probably is somebody in Hamlin that we could get some points for, but let's just go to the fairgrounds to start with. There's not really a lot else that we could look at. I don't think that there's anything in the Golden Trail Forest. We've done practically everything there. Right. We'll stay just to refill our magic and health. Honestly, it would be better if when you die, instead of continue wearing where you are and it costing you 10%, if you had the opportunity to continue where the last place you slept was, or wherever the closest inn was, that would be fine. Do we have any courage? No. It's still looking for courage. And then someone around here on something else. We need confidence. And we just don't have anything except for restraint. So we can't really do that. Which I think means we pretty much can't do any of them. Any of the remaining quests. Let's see. Claim bounties. Now we're getting a lot of XP. By doing all these bounty hunts. Now audio's all messing up. Okay, right now we have 3 collected, so buy items cheaper, or lower the cost of continuing following a defeat in battlefield. Slightly lower price versus just lowering the cost in general. I think I was saying we should probably go with Cheap Jack first, but honestly we're dying enough here that it makes a lot of sense to take this. Yeah, I think that's going to become a constant problem anyways. There are still clearly some people that need to be defeated. And we'll see if there's anything really new here. Sun part of shipwreck shore are amazing. And alchemy. Okay. So what I think I want to do is come out of this, get on the boat, and see if we can take out those boat pirates. I don't think we have anything new for alchemy, do we? Not recently. We do have new items. Of course, it would be a nightmare to try and figure out how to equip these new items. Plus, I think the new items that we got are still armor. So I just need to find somebody that's an armor character. Also, I'm noting that we're starting with like level 20 creatures now that we catch. So if you'd been particularly adamant and careful um, around the idea of collecting familiars early in game, it seems like that was a total waste of your time, because it definitely feels like you're going to capture level 30, 40 versions of the familiars later on in the game, and it's going to be really easy to capture a level 30, 40 version of a monster. So much so that it's going to stop being... Yeah, I'm probably going to just release or trade some low-level monsters. Right. We're looking for pirate ships between Hamlin, which would be basically there, and Castaway Cove, which is, I think, basically there. And I can see 3 of the 4 of them. So I don't know if we've ever captured any of these guys. I don't know if this is consistent or not, but it definitely feels like there's a point where this game stops accepting the right stick input, and I have to move to the D-pad to choose attacks. Also, take note, this is, I think, the first time we've ever fought 4 people, which makes some sense if these are zombies, but if they have a system to throw 4 enemies at you and you can only have 3, that is potentially dangerous. Mm. 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 Yeah, I could see it becoming overwhelming if they started to throw 4 very strong people at us. 3 ships remain. I guess this is also an example of a single event that doesn't quite cut the mustard. These guys have a lot of health. They don't seem like they do a lot of damage. But it certainly is taking a lot of hits. The irony here is I'm going to end up dying almost certainly, and then finding that it's like now 9% of your total gold instead of 10%, some insignificantly small amount, where ideally it would want to be 0 from the beginning, that you could just continue and there would be no punishment for that, even if it cost 100 gold to continue. That would be much more reasonable penalty than 10% of your total gold. Wonder if this is a case where you have to defeat the first 3 before the 4th shows up. Yeah, you're doing 100 damage. That's quite a lot. They just have a ton. Hmm. 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 Keep on hitting, keep on attacking. This is about the point where it starts to get redundant and repetitive. So, and so it's so obvious how you would fix this content. You would have given a quest to fight one ship. The one ship would have had maybe 5 or 6 enemies on it with a lot of health. Um, it would have felt like one big epic battle instead of it being an annoying repetition. Yep, this ship is moving fast. I don't know if I even have an ability to speed up in the ship. And then you have Captain Zombo, which would be kind of nice if you could capture Captain Zombo, but I suspect that's not the case. I also wouldn't be surprised if Captain Zombo is a much stronger character. She heals me. Do I have Captain Zombo as the target? Let's see. We'll try and drag Captain Zombo out. I'm out of spells. So I don't think I was ever going to be able to um, capture him and make him my familiar. So targeting first, I think, is the right move. But these guys are practically almost getting stun locked, where I'm able to just tap the A button rhythmically without actually having to figure out any kind of pattern at all. And I'm taking minimal damage, if any. Hmm. 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 There we go. Grind everybody up higher. Okay. I think I want to put the ship here, where the golem was. Now, these guys are running away. And they said, well, what did they say? Hmm. Pesky sea creeper splashes the merchant ship. No, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for something over here. Hmm. Hmm. Some forest dwellers in the southeastern part of Shipwreck Shore are amazing in alchemy. Southeastern. Okay. So, it's not, it's this direction. I'm just actively running away from everybody. I guess the question is, where's the forest? Hmm. Eventually they caught up with me. Hmm. Hmm. Don't really care to attack or fight any of these people. Hmm. But I guess we'll stick with it. Will at least give us an idea of what. Hmm. Yeah, I imagine we're very close to dying. I don't think it's safe at the moment to. No, I guess if it was southeastern on Shipwreck Shore. Is this Shipwreck Shore? Yes, this is. So southeastern means we have to be up here. So we kind of were at the right place. We didn't know it, but it worked out that way. And then we needed to cross this bridge. To get into this. And so we've got some natives once again. Which oddly, there's a columns in this one. We protect our forest, keep safe and peaceful. Two Reitman monsters are known to steer well clear of forest dwellers. See, they say there's a real forest guardians right here. Gee, I guess they are. But I wonder why critters are so scared of them. We have great weapon named Royal Spear. Wow, that sounds kind of neat. We use cauldron, make weapons. You want to you want make Royal Spear too, huh? You can teach me how to make one? Tidy. This is a good chance to protect your practice your alchemy. Ollie boy, let's ask him a few pointers, shall we? Hmm. Good, I tell you the needed things, very secret. Pretty ball like glass, 2. Black metal, no rust, 2. Black stone, shiny hard, 2. That's a bit blinking vague, ain't it? Kind of sounds like a riddle, huh? Alright, let's do our best. Come on, Mr. Drippy, it's time to find some materials. And so it feels like the game is going to be. Here we great weapons in the purple box. Our treasure now yours. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And we still can't open those. Alright. So did he really give us a formula? No. He told us a riddle. The good news is I kind of think I know what I need to use. Um, Problem is, I don't have them. We have 2 of these, 4 of these, and 1 of these. I think I need another jade marble. I don't know where the jade marble. So I just don't think I can do it at the moment. So we'll have to remind ourselves to come back to that quest later. Unless I already have a royal spear somehow. Pretty ball like glass too. Maybe it's not the jade marble that's needed. Black metal, no rust, 2. Black stone, shiny hard. Yeah, several of these things could be wrong. As far as what items I'm thinking about. It may not be the jade marble. But yeah, we can't even begin to start to think about doing that until we have another jade marble or some other item that is somewhat close. Let's see. See, I'm about to die. But even if I die, it is kind of questionable whether the whole team would die. So how many attacks can I do between a trick shot? Do I need to do just one? And if I steal one thing from him, that's probably as much as I need to steal from him, or can steal from him. It's funny, I set him, the skeleton guy, to be the first pick, and still he really isn't the first pick. My defense is still ridiculously low. Honestly, I know there's been a long break in between the first 30 hours and now of gameplay, but I really do feel like I have never figured out the right way to play this game, which definitely once again highlights that this is not a kid's game. As much as it pretends like it is supposed to be a Pokemon equivalent, like baby's first RPG, it's just not true. We couldn't get into this area before, now we can. Let's see. The Vault of Tears, the Cursed Crypt of the Cobra King, which is funny because I thought the other place was going to be a snake. Maybe they're all snake focused. Where have we ended up this time? I've known prisons that looked more inviting. So you can do any of these dungeons, I imagine, in any order, and so they're all going to probably be about the same difficulty. That also implies to me that we won't get any kind of major level up in our wand attack until we get all 3 stones. Another damp old ruin. Is it knickers? My lantern's going to end up covered in mold. Caked, I tell you. Does that lantern really go moldy? You know, that's not really important right now. You're not wrong there, Ollie boy. It looks like we've found the place we're after. One of them magic stones should be somewhere in here. I would appreciate, frankly, if this was a more of a puzzle area instead of what I assume is going to be um a maybe some puzzling with some fighting area. Interesting magical spells. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it is just straight up an arena though. Cutscene, walk down to the stairs, see another cutscene. I'm not feeling any better about this place. I wish it could be less creepy. Take this for example, a statue of a snake. Who in their right mind would choose that as an ornament? Another, that's who. Hold on. Are you saying you're scared of snakes, Swain? Of course not. And what is it to you if I am anyway? Why do you? Hey, did anyone else just see that? Huh? Just now the statue's eyes, they glowed. Oh, I see. Trying to be funny, are you? Well, it doesn't suit you, Oliver. Huh? Arg. Turn them all into frogs. Ribbit. Huh? Rabbit. 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 What the flipping heck is going on? Um, this is cutesy, certainly. It is a change of pace to be turned into frogs, although, frankly, if you were going to have something kind of funky like this happen, it probably needed to happen in the first 10 hours, not 35 hours into the game. Have we turned into frogs? Robert, Robert, it's a curse. What are we going to do? Don't make such a fuss. It's not like they made us smaller or anything. Speak for yourself. So how are we going to turn back to normal? Ribbit, question mark? Ribbit, what's that? So now they're just solid color characters. There's a rainbow frog saying ribbit, ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit. Gosh, what a colorful frog. Ribbit, ribbit. Wait up, where are you going? Was that frog cursed by the statue as well then? Do you think it's actually a human? Someone who came here before us? Maybe it knows something about this place. Let's go after it. So you have a new animation and new character models, which I guess this is way more interesting than the costume change. Your man will get washed away. So you can't walk on the water. Plus, there's monsters. And I don't know if the familiars would attack as we're frogs. Hold up, Ollie boy. What if a monster attacks us? We're in no state to put up a fight, man. Well, I guess we'll just have to go after that rainbow-colored frog, Mr. Trivy. Wait a minute. We might be a bit on the froggy side, but your familiars could still be okay. Have a look, will you? Gee, you're right. They seem just fine. Interesting, that. Curse only seems to affect humans and fairies, of course. Well, let's count our blessings, shall we? At least we've got familiars to protect us if monster fancies frog for lunch. Yeah, you're right. So effectively, they wanted you to not be able to use spells in these fights. Hmm. Let's just see how this goes. I ran right through them. Um, so I think these are pretty weak characters because of the fact that we can't use spells. But that's not particularly great either. might be a way in which we can get some easy XP. But see, this as a gimmick really can only last a small amount of time before it's just going to get annoying. And I think we're going to end up running through this entire dungeon a second time. And that'll be a waste of time, certainly. And we can swim. Hogs can't cast spells. And we can't get to the bottom of the water. Even the lily pods are not something we can do, and we can't jump on those columns. So I guess we were supposed to go this way. I didn't see the rainbow frog go this way, so I'm hoping this is the right direction. I guess it was. I'm sure the frog came over by here. Ribbit, ribbit. Oh, there it is. Stop, please. Ribbit, question mark? Ribbit, ribbit. Come on, everybody. We have to go after it. He's right. We can't let it get away. So, looking at the pattern on this switches does make me wonder if I have to collect several frog people to open that door. And that just turns them back into humans, which means that magic seal at the front of the door was there to turn them back to humans. Ooh, the novelty of being a frog wears off pretty quickly, eh? I know I have to speak in an awful frog language was just so tiring. Too rabbit, man. I mean, too right. Hey, look. Looks like Drippy misses his old froggy form. Anyway, we should get back to searching for that stone. Wait, what if I think that rainbow covered frog was trying to lead us here? So why hasn't it changed back into human like we did? Maybe it's just a normal frog all along. I don't know. But it is curious. Well, I'm sure we'll bump into it again before long, ain't it? Now, let's start looking for that stone, shall we? Sure thing. Let's look around these ruins. Now, the irony here is that we step off this, and then we immediately turn back into a frog. You can't jump through this. This feels like this would be a shortcut later on. But I don't think I have a spell right now that would do anything. Can't make a bridge. Yeah, and secret ingredient doesn't work. We still have yet to find a broom anywhere in the game. So these guys do want to fight. And these are new characters, so... Ironically, it's more annoying when they are human forms because they say the repetitive lines of dialogue. Hmm. 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 And so I guess that was a medium success there. We didn't die, and We didn't struggle too much. Interesting that there's nothing in there. Well, I guess if you look at the statue, you probably get transformed again. And like we don't have... We can't do like frostbite or something to freeze the water. Nor can we really even swim in the water. So we'll just try to look around a little bit better. Triggered a Nyx trap. And apparently triggering it once is not enough to just disable it. Is Nyx gonna ever wear off? Like, I don't think she can serenade even. All of her attacking is really a bad idea. Well, that was kind of rough as far as damage. But that did cure the Nyx trap. Let's see. Pie on a bone. Interesting. Do I have something? I mean, we can like levitate here. Over the trap. Interesting. So that's good to know. So at the very least, I know how to get to those get over those traps. Oh, this is so repetitive though. And see, that's the problem, is if you inherently don't like the main gameplay mechanic in the game, if you're just not enjoying that part of the interaction, there's not a lot of hope for entertainment. And this is certainly a reason why, like, playing this game right now definitely reminds me as to the reason why I've never bothered to go and play a Pokemon game. I'm not sure I've played any of them all the way through. I've probably spent at least a couple hours playing Pokemon Red or Green, but I've never had the attention span and the interest in taking it from beginning to end, just because of the repetitive nature of the fighting. Hmm. 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 I really don't know if Cut Loose is doing a good enough job anymore. Let's go ahead and try a trick shot. Totally missed because the guy was already dead by the time his attack happened. Hmm. 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 Moving on. So this may just be a dungeon. Um, why am I not capable of jumping to this? Maybe you can only jump down. Hmm. Hmm. There's a whole spell trap too. I may have to go all the way back around again. Nope. It won't let me go in the water. Well, that's annoying. So let's think, if this is the point where we learn how to swim, which ironically Oliver as a character is kind of significantly different if he does learn how to swim, because if he knew how to swim, then his mother probably wouldn't have jumped in the river to save him at the beginning of the game, and um, then she wouldn't have died in the first place. But ignoring that part, if he learns how to swim, then the whole world changes quite a bit. We probably still wouldn't swim in the ocean, but it would eliminate really the need for the flying around as much. If we could just swim across rivers and into sea caves. Hmm. 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 Should probably eat a sandwich or two. These low level ingredients don't feel like they're ever going to be worth holding on to. Hmm. Some of these characters also, like, we've kind of forgotten completely about the idea of capturing familiars, because it's just not happening that often. Like, some of these characters definitely are new, and it would be nice to capture some of them. but the opportunities to capture them is getting very small. A star crystal. That's a new item. So I guess the real weirdness here would be if there's the frog. And it's got a spell symbol on it. And then this way is something. So let's do Nature's Tongue on this and talk to the frog and see what he has to say since we have that ability. Help him, please. Help him, please. And puppet strings, I don't think would let me do anything. We'll stand right in front of this guy. Nope. So if we get 4 frogs, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we need another 4 frogs. If we're going to pull that off. And we're back to cutscenes. Where are we? Crikey, this place is a bit blinking grim. Must be a prison or something. Is there someone there? Arg, well, who's that? It's a flipping frog. Another one. Another one. Do you mean to say that someone else has been blighted by my curse? Actually, we were cursed and turned into frogs ourselves, but we didn't look like you do. Sorry, I took a moment there to drink some water. Leave now. You must leave this place. It is dangerous. Oh, but you... Don't waste your time worrying about me, Unk. What's the matter? Are you hurt? Oliver, we've got to do something. Yes, we have to help him. I guess I can use magic to open the door. Let me give it a try. Okay. So, we have here... Do we have a fireball? Or... There was something we did that would light the castle. There was a spell that lit candles in other areas, so it feels like that would light a candle too. But I don't remember what it is. And we have a save here, which definitely makes me think that this is going to lead to a boss fight. Although that's going to be weird to have a boss fight in this tiny area. And we have gone 2 hours, so this is definitely the right point to stop. Let's see, 150 magic points. Boy, that is a big jump from Espresso to Cappuccino. Yeah, if there was something bigger than Espresso, then that means we're going to level up to such an extreme amount that we're going to have ridiculous amounts of magic points. And even now you can see Oliver, who is relatively at the same level as Esther and Swain, has 130 magic points, whereas Esther only has 93 and Swain only has 72. Sage's Secret, I guess, would be not a terrible thing to have a lot more of. And we just have a ton of weapons, many of which are in the bag and are not ingredients. So at some point, if I need gold, I should consider selling all the non-ingredient weapons, because there's nothing else to do with them unless I can equip them to some character. And you can only really seemingly have a set of 12 pieces of equipment, because you can have No, I guess it would be 18 pieces of equipment times 3 slots of whatever they fit in. Because it definitely seems like you're going to have a reserve of 9 characters and 9 characters that are actually in your team, and each of those characters can have 3, so 18 times 3 would be the maximum number of items that you would actually need ever. It is ridiculous we keep getting this Stout Armor and can't do anything with it. Yeah, and we have a ton of food that we just kind of stopped playing with and using. So as far as ingredients and food, everything is ingredients except for pie on a bone, which makes me think that pie on the bone probably is the top tier of it. So 5 chunks of increase with 4 chunks of heaviness, or at the very least that's the biggest you can use. Breeze cake. I really am just collecting a lot of stuff now. And then star crystals. We now have 1 of those. I don't know how we're going to get a lot of these. In fact, when you just look at everything we have, we don't really have a lot of anything. And it's been a real long time since we've gotten any permanent item. Like, I think they're going to pretty much forget about that. The Dragon Horn and the Map of the Stones, I guess, were the most recent ones. And we still have yet to figure out how to get the Might tickets and use these tickets at all. Meanwhile, we don't have any new formulas. And if we were to look at the numbers of the formulas, there's still a lot of gaps as far as alchemy formulas to find. Things that you probably could mix and match. As far as the journal goes, last time I checked this was probably back in chapter 32, and we're now at chapter 37, I guess. We did accomplish today a decent amount of errands. We still have several to do. We accomplished a decent amount of the bounty hunts. That will let us get our stamp card higher so that we can spend 3 to make item shops slightly lower in price. Then you probably will have to spend 2 to unlock this, and then that very well may immediately unlock most, if not all, of this bottom row, which I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that decreases the prices even more, and something that increases experience even more. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Yeah, it probably is just going to be more and more, and I don't really, for the pattern here would say that we would get something here that would speed up a 3rd type of transportation, but I don't know what that 3rd type of transportation really could be after Flapjack and the dragon flying around. There's oddly a lack of pieces of hearts around, which seems odd. Like, because we've been everywhere, that does imply that we are going to end up in a different area. And we won't get anywhere with the familiarity unless I just feed these items to him. like crazy, just to see what a 5-heart familiarity really does, if that significantly increases um, attacks or all the stats. That would be the ideal thing, certainly, is if it did, like, um, it did like double the attack, defense, magic attack, just doubled every single stat on Mighty. That would be really cool. But that is certainly hard to believe that that's where that's going to be. We have one guy here that's metamorphosable that we don't really use anyways, so probably isn't a terrible idea to just go ahead and metamorphose. Hmm. 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 But we are really just metamorphosizing them because we think we should be metamorphosizing them more than because of anything else. Hmm. And it is very possible that the real trick here, and the right way to do this, is to get the familiarity up to 5 hearts, then metamorphize, then get the growth limit uncapped so that you could have it grow even higher and even faster. But that doesn't seem to be really the case. And see, Mighty's defense right now is at 107. Oliver's defense, I can't see. Everybody's defense is fairly high. Not anywhere as high as the Rocco's defense, though. Which oddly makes it seem like defense doesn't really matter at all in this game because it just doesn't really affect things. Yeah, Oliver's defense is 92, Esther's defense is 122, and Swain's defense is 129. So Oliver is a lot weaker, and there is a big difference in that amount of defense being 30 points off. But not really a great way to fix that. There's this. Or increase your familiar stamina if you put it on a familiar, I guess. So, yeah, that gets his defense up with steel scales. But the game almost certainly should have given me a alchemy formula to make a better scale than steel scales. Like you have the stalwart scale, which is a whetstone and a sturdy shin bone, where ideally what you would want to do is be able to just take sturdy scales altogether as an ingredient and add them, like add 3 of these up higher so that they would be stronger. Of course, it is possible that somewhere in equipment, if I went through this and looked, maybe there is a alchemy thing. Sturdy scale. But it says you can buy it from the store. Doesn't seem to be any other way you can get it. Storm Serpent scales, Shadow Glass scale. So it is telling you that you get some of these scales from the Alchemy Cauldron. And maybe this is the flying machine that you get. Yeah, I bet that's exactly the third mechanic in the game. So then you'd have to go to Alchemy. Then you'd have to go Armor. But a lot of this is also blocked out. So even if I was going to try and craft some of this, it would be kind of a bad time to do it right now while there's so many things that are unlocked. Sturdy scale, shinbone. Yeah, we already have this formula. Sturdy shinbone and whetstone. 1 jade marble and 3 pieces of shadow glass. 1 cold storm, 2 jade marbles, 2 whetstones. 1 drake stone. If I have a drake stone, I probably could make that without using something. Also, I have not read any more of this, and the game hasn't made me read any more of this. There's only so much more could even be unlocked. This is the Summerlands. South, Summerlands, North. This is Autumnea. This is Tahiti. And the Spring Realm and the Winter Realm we haven't visited yet. Where are we with creatures, by the way? Almost completely unlocked on creatures. So I assume that means that there aren't that many characters left. Interesting. So as far as the gotta catch them all mentality, that is that is something that we potentially made a lot more progress to than I would have thought. No, I don't think I have the ingredients to make that item I wanted to make. Let's check our progress report. Well, we completed a lot of tasks, and that probably bumped our task completion ratio up to a little bit to 47%. But otherwise, when you just look at the numbers, not a lot has happened. So, anyways, these recaps at the end of these episodes are also a big waste of time. But kind of necessary just to evaluate myself as far as how much progress or non-progress I'm making each 2-hour episode. Yep. It was definitely another episode that shows how JRPGs can really waste your time, and how you can just run around and grind and do side quests and technically make some progress by getting XP and gold and leveling up your characters, but not really move the story forward and not really feel like you're accomplishing anything of fun value or entertainment value. Um, I'm increasingly annoyed by the gameplay mechanic and the actual fighting in this game. So if that could have been completely skipped over and we could just see the cutscenes, I would have probably be happier. That's definitely a case where I wish a lot of these games came out with abridged Cliff Notes versions of their games, where it was just the cutscenes put together, just the big boss fights. Um, I wish more people made mods like that, certainly. If you could mod this game and simply give all the characters a certain level and then jump them directly into a boss fight with certain creatures at certain levels, and then show the next cutscene, teleport and travel through time to the next cutscene, show the next cutscene, then go to the next boss fight, and get rid of all the grinding in the middle and all the walking around, wandering around. That would be something I would appreciate. But at a certain point, that is just making the Netflix animated series or something like the Netflix animated series, and Ni no Kuni in particular probably would have been better as a cartoon series instead of as a video game. Arguably, though, there should be video games with this kind of art style. Video games should have a variety of art styles, and they really don't have enough of a variety. But this art style does really lean into the cultural assumption that it is going to be a cartoon and feel like a cartoon and not be an RPG grind fest, which is more the art style of what you'd expect from like Final Fantasy 15 or something like that. You see a game like that and you go, "Oh, this is a Japanese RPG. There's going to be a lot of grinding." That's what we've just come to know as fact. Um, that being said, Dragon Quest probably is just as grindy as Final Fantasy, and it does also have a cutesy art style. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.